Hello, welcome to JIBRIN Angle on Oweleke TV. My name is JIBRIN, and this is my angle. Thank you once again for joining me on this monologue. I shall be talking about Traore, the Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, and will be juxtaposing it or comparing it to our Nigerian situation. And yes, that's what I'll be talking about today. I think I'm just trying to share my thoughts. I just finished. I just watched. I watched it much earlier, but I had to rewatch it again. That is the Russia 80th anniversary of the celebration of the 80th anniversary of they call it victory celebration, right? Yeah, I think victory celebration, 80th anniversary of the Second World War. And in attendance were about 29 heads of states from 29 different countries, excuse me, which includes China. That is the most prominent of them all, and several other countries. But obviously, European countries were missing there. We all know that European countries are at loggerhead with the Russian Federation. Putin, to be precise. But that's not what I'm talking about. I will be talking about right now. Actually, my focus is Traore. Why I watched that victory celebration is that I had Traore will be there, President Ibrahim Traoré, Captain Ibrahim Traoré will be there, will be in attendance. So I was curious to see how he will be, the kind of reception he will receive from the Russian government. And honestly, I felt impressed. And hence made my mind to actually make this video. And yeah, it's obvious the man, first, while I watched this video, what came to my mind was, man, this is the head of state of a tiny country, a country that is just like probably maybe one state of Nigeria, in Nigeria. Yet, just look at how he is respected abroad. This man, Traore, is not only respected abroad, he's not just respected abroad. When I mean abroad means globe. That's my own. Not just specific part of abroad, but this is a man that is widely respected globally. And before I say something concerning Traore, let me go back to Vladimir Putin. For those of you who have been following me for some time, he is a man, love him or hate him, he's just a very, very smart man, a man who loves his country, a man who is very patriotic, a man who is taking care of his country. The West hates him, they detest him. You see, look, one thing about the West, they will always hate. The moment anyone the West hates is someone who dares them, someone who says no to them, someone who challenges them, someone who bruises their ego, someone who actually tells them that, hey, I can do without you. And they actually prove it that they can do without them. Automatically, the West hates such people like that. And that is why they hate Putin, because I decided long ago, I read about the history and everything that is going on. First of all, I was so curious to find out why, and that's my nature. I don't just hate people because the media says I should hate someone. I don't do that. I hate people when it is of the essence for me to that. When it is genuine, when there are clear evidences to hate such person. And that is just it. So I tried to find out, investigate, why do the West actually hate Putin? Why such intense hatred between the West and not just Russia? The West doesn't hate Russia, they just hate the person ruling Russia. And I eventually found out that it's just about what I said earlier. The West just loves someone they can control. The West will always like or falls in love with someone that that co-toes with them, that toes in line, or that hobnobs with them and their ideology of governance. And that is just the reality. The moment you are against their basic interests, their selfish interests, they'll automatically, by default, hate you. And when they hate you, it's just like what we have in NATO. Aggression against one is aggression against all. So, and that is just it. The moment one of the Western powers hates you, obviously, by default, others follow suit. That's exactly what's happening with, because Putin, if you go through, for those of you who have been following the media propaganda to hate Putin, honestly, that man is simply, you ask yourself, does his countrymen love him or not? That's what you find out. You see, when the West hates you, search within. Go make your findings. If they hate a certain president or certain leader, what will actually define what I expect to define your mindset is local mindset, local impression about such leader. In Russia, the Russians love him. They love him. Majority, they have opposition. Yes, there's no doubt about that. Putin has actually killed every opposition. Rhetorically, actually, I'm not saying he literally killed or whatever. No. What I mean, kill opposition, that is, he has actually quelled opposition. There's no doubt about that. And so what? So what? As long as the man, look, I don't care about shutting down opposition as long as you are doing the right thing. Putin has been very, very upright when it comes to ruling. Russian economy is doing, apart from this, take all these sanctions away out of backbiting and bitterness against him. Honestly, Putin has been, Russian economy was doing well, and it's still doing well regardless of all the sanctions. The citizens are doing well. That's why, how many Russians, the Russians are not that much. They don't migrate from Russia. They don't live outside Russia that much. We have so many Russians out there, but so many of them that are out there are Russians that are successful. If they're the ones in US that I've met so many Russians here, they are successful. But Russians don't leave Russia. They don't relocate from Russia because of hardship or poverty. No, because the country is doing well. Putin is ruling that country well. They love him. It is just the West that hate him. So now, and I just love that man because he's a strong leader and he stands against the West. That is just it. He's doing the right thing for his people. Call him whatever name. He's a murderer. He's a this. He's a that. Whatever. I've said it all over and over again. That leaders all over the world, all of them are Western leaders. They are guilty as just equally as guilty as Putin. Whatever evil Putin is perpetrating or has perpetrated, I am telling you, the Western leaders have done the same. They have done the same. They are doing the same thing in the secret. All of them are the same thing because power, I always say that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The moment they get that to that level, when you are craving for, when you are at the pinnacle of power, when you have attained power, first, it takes callousness to actually take power, and it takes evil to actually retain power. So all of them at the helm of affairs, they are all those leaders. They are all the same. Whatever Putin has done, they have done the same thing. Some of them even worse. So that's just it. I'm not exonerating anyone. Whatever, all of them are the same thing. So, but my focus is what are they doing for their people? Putin is doing the right thing for their people, for his people. That's just it. So back to Traore. Now, the Traore, you see, respect. Anywhere, like I said earlier, if the West loves you as an African leader, come back to Africa now. It obviously means you are corrupt. The West only love corrupt leaders, especially Africa. African leaders, when you are corrupt, they will love you. If you see the West hating you as an African leader, it obviously means you have stepped on their toes. When I say stepped on their toes, you have stepped on their interests, selfish and evil interests. That's exactly what is happening. So what Traore has attracted, and is attracting even more by the day, all over the world, is respect. Not love from the leaders, from global leaders. Is he corrupt like Tinubu? That is my president. Fake president, failed president, and failing president. He's just loved because he is a stooge. The West don't love. If they love you, it means you are a stooge. But they don't respect you. One thing is to love. Another thing, you can love someone but not respect. There are so many people I respect, but I don't love them. I just respect them. And there are people that I respect, that I love, but do not respect. So many. So sometimes respect and love do not go in, they don't tangle. Most times they don't tangle. So you can love someone, but not respect the person. So, but in the case of Traore, the West they don't, as bad as they hate him, they hate him. But honestly, behind closed doors, they respect that man. The West, no matter, I remember during Abacha time, Abacha damned the West. Abacha did almost the same thing. That is Abacha of Nigeria, for those of you who are not Nigerians, with the former head of state. When he decided to, during Abacha time, he didn't travel to any Western world. He was just in like, because he damned IMF, damned everyone, damned the entire West, that he actually proved to them that we can do without them. And they hated him. But at the same time, they respected him. They always respect. They won't say that their propaganda is to always bring you down publicly. But behind closed doors, they will respect you if you stand up to them. And that's exactly what Traore has attracted right now. He's attracting. He has attracted the respect of the West, and not just the West, global community. Even though the West hates him. And that is just it. This man has the gut, the courage, the temerity, the effrontery to challenge the West. And he is winning. He is winning because his people are behind him. That is just the reality. This man, Traore, is a model leader, a leader that we Africans should actually emulate. We need to emulate him. So he has, just look at Russia. I watched the video again. You could see that aura of respect around him. He's there because this is not a man who lives a lavish life. He's a man of principle, a man of simplicity, a man of credibility, a man of capability, a man of competence, a man of capacity. He has it all the virtues. He's a captain. He plotted a coup, up to now he has not promoted himself. He's still earning the salary of a captain. What do you expect? This is a man that is building the nation. In 2 years, what he has achieved under 2 years is unthinkable. He's doing everything good for his country. He has rejected, he has expelled Western powers from Burkina Faso. He has really made Burkina Faso truly independent. And honestly, that is a country Nigeria and Nigerians should emulate. We should actually fight for this kind of revolution. Burkina Faso, this is another kind of revolution. Leadership revolution. We need it in Nigeria. Let it come from the military revolution. We need it. Military leadership. Nigeria's leadership, Nigeria's revolution by the military. That is at least the first choice, the first option, because that will actually incur very minimal bloodshed. Because the truth is, Nigeria is so complex. It is so complex. So if we have military regime, right, military coup right now, obviously it will involve, it's a level of bloodshed. But and so what? It is better we go by the military revolution than the revolution that will be projected, or rather that we will encounter by the people. The people's revolution you just can't, you cannot estimate the amount of blood that will be spilled on the streets of Nigeria. So that is the second option, but no, we don't want to go there. Although that's the option that can actually revamp the entire system and make it right. But that is, we've not, I don't think we need that right now. What we need is, we have one first option. First option is the military. Let us replicate what is happening. Let us replicate what is happening in Burkina Faso, in Nigeria. We need a military coup in Nigeria. We need a military head of state in Nigeria. We need a simple, purposeful, patriotic, credible military head of state in Nigeria. A head of state that has integrity, that is devoid of ostentatious lifestyle, that is devoid of mundane things of life, love and passion, and the craze for craze over mundane things of life, just like Traore. For God's sake, we need a leader that will command the respect of the globe, not a leader that the West will love. No, we don't need a leader that will kowtow, that will be a stooge to the West and stooge to IMF, a slave to IMF. We need a military leader, and we need that military leader now. Democracy is not for us. It can never be for our environment is not meant for, it is not conditioned for democracy. Democracy is a Western way of governance. It is not. We have to let us have our own way of governance that suits our own purpose, suits our culture, suits our environment. We are too corrupt for democracy to thrive. No corrupt system can actually can prosper under democratic rule. Never. We have gone, as far as I'm concerned, right now, we are bankrupt. Don't listen to all those fake economists. Let's talk about the reality on ground. Listen, watch, consider the reality on ground, which is, we are at the moment, right now, as I speak, Nigeria is spending more than it is getting in return. Our expenditure is far more than our income. So bankruptcy, that is what bankruptcy is all about. It's a common sense. I always tell people, economy, you don't need to be a professor of economics for you to know some basic arithmetic, basic standards or basic realities. And the basic reality is bankruptcy. It's a simple definition. When you are spending more than you earn, when your expenditure is more than your income, that is bankruptcy. That is the stage where Nigeria is right now. Tell me, how can we be bankrupt financially, yet we think democracy can work for us? Democracy is super expensive. Super expensive. Democracy is a system where you just have to rub my back and I rub your back too. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. That is with such mentality is a corrupt mentality. I don't have to scratch your back because you scratch my back. That is why I hate democracy. Dialogue. Give and take. No, I don't like such system. I don't expect, if I give you something, if I give you a gift, I do not expect you to give me a gift in return. No. If I give you something, it is because you need it. Before I give you something, I'll be sure you need that before I give it to you. And I don't want anything in return. If you are giving me anything, not because I gave you something, no. You give me something because I need it. That's why I don't like democracy. Democracy is give and take. That's not supposed to be. You should give when someone needs it. And someone does not need it, you don't have to give in return. And that is just it. For God's sake, at this point, we have gotten to our breaking point. Let us copy what is happening in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has become, look at, this is a tiny country. The truth is, up till now, I'm speaking right now, the past president they overthrew, I can't even remember his name. Nobody knows him. Because Burkina Faso is just a tiny country, but look at Traore, the current president, head of state, is recognized by everyone globally, including common men on the street. Even in the US, everybody, whatever, an average American you come on the street, they don't even know what they're political, they don't know anything. If you ask them, many of them, they will tell you they don't even know. They've never heard of the name Burkina Faso. But today, even in America, you see people on the street or whatever. When you mention showing you're from Africa, are you from Burkina Faso? I'm not. What do you know about Burkina Faso? The next thing they mention their head of state. That I heard what the guy is doing. The guy is doing good for his country. The guy is popular positively, and that is the kind of leader we actually young crave, we thirst and hunger for in Nigeria. We need an Ibrahim Traoré in Nigeria, for Nigeria. And we have a lot of them in the military. All those second lieutenants, captains, we have them. 4 second lieutenants. All of them, we have young officers who have the spirit of Traoré. We need them in Nigeria to act the way Traoré acted and is acting right now. And that is just it. Nigeria. Nigeria. Take over the realm of affairs from the establishment, corrupt politicians. And this is my angle.